Hello everybody, welcome back to We Have Fun F1 and the start of round 3 of the season here with Tier 2 in Shanghai, China. The last time Formula 1 raced in China was back in 2019 when it hosted the historic 1000th Formula 1 race. However, the coronavirus pandemic has kept this iconic venue off the calendar for the past few years, but it will return this year in 2024. We very much look forward to that, but for now, let's take a look at your circuit guide for Tier 2 this afternoon, and, well, what a legendary sequence of corners to start off a lap. This circuit was designed by Hermann Tilke and inspired by the Mandarin character Shang, which means above or higher than. So let's take a look at the circuit itself. 3.3 miles, 16 turns, 2 DRS zones and some brilliant overtaking opportunities into the hairpins at turns 6 and 14, with the latter of those being at the end of one of the longest straights on the calendar.
Hello all and welcome in here to WHF Tier 2. Round 3 here in China, Shanghai. You're joined by me, WHF Aro and Ollie. Round the penultimate corner in the Aston Martin. I think this may be Hater's first race of the season. As Haters crosses the line now with a 31.8. He is not washed.
Here comes GB Sanson.
GB
now.
now.
Line. Oh, it's going to be a good lap. And it is.
31.5. And across the line now. At 21.6, almost on pole for
Zamper's
Zamper.
on fire, holy shit.
Come on, Kevin,
It's gonna
put
be
it
a
on
very good
pole.
lap.
We want to see it. We want to see it.
Oh, he
for
does.
Kevin! Haters with a 31.3. Let's go. Come on.
I regret
Get
calling
in.
him washed.
No bias in the commentary booth. Zampa will be the first driver around inside this top.
Oh, Callum!
Never mind,
Oh, what a
Callum.
lap.
Callum with a 31.1 mega lap there from Callum. I was
Oh, that'd be
just
hard to
mentioning the top 3 and then I was about to say actually the top 4 because Callum's right there and Owen Zampa's lost the rear out of the penultimate corner. That's his lap gone. Haters is backed out of his lap. It'll be GB who's
in the middle sector.
the last driver here who could potentially get pole. Round the final corner he goes.
Jesus, this is going to be a monster lap.
It's a
Oh, just misses
31.0
out.
and GB goes pole here.
So let's take a look at your starting grid here today for the Chinese Grand Prix, and it's GB Sanderson on pole position after trading fastest laps at the end of the session with Callum, who lines up second. SSR Haters starts in P3 with Dobbo alongside him on the second row. Then it's SSR Zampa with his best qualifying of the season so far in 5th, and Simon in 6th. Cthulhu is the filling of an AlphaTauri sandwich in 7th with Ravage in P8. Sped Fungus lines up 9th with Coda the reserve on debut getting 10th. Wed Throne in the Alfa Romeo will line up in P11. Naka Cracker's Haas is P12 with Scotland in 13th, some 2 seconds off the pole time. Spiring Jewel, another reserve in P14. Jamie Dwyer in 15th. Nutomatic the second of the Haas in P16 with Friggy in 17th and Dubsy rounding off the grid after not setting a time.
That was yes.
28 laps of Shanghai. Who will win as we have the 5 lights on and they're out.
And we're underway.
GB leads us away here in the Ferrari off pole, gets a very good
Callum
start.
gets a poor
Haters in
start.
behind. Very good start as well here. Haters round the outside of Callum. Multiple
Yes,
drivers here
further
starting in
back.
the hards.
Oh, we got a.
As I believe it may be hards to
Off
rain
there
as
at the
there's
back.
an AlphaTauri off of
Oh, that's my prediction. Out the window.
the
It's
AlphaTauri off.
Salmon.
Meanwhile, it's a
As
safety
we've got a
car.
safety car. Well, that's quick.
Fucking weirdo.
Wow. 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 Wow.
And I wonder when GB is going to come in. We've got the McLaren of Callum.
I
It is
assume he'll
very
go out,
quick.
out the hairpin. That's the logical place to do it. So we'll see if he actually does that. Still trying to get temperature in those tyres. Oh, lifts the rear a bit there. oh, he's gone. No, he's not going.
I wonder is he throttle limited, because that could
Oh,
play a
and he's
factor.
gone. There he
He's
goes.
gone now, and he has dropped Callum. Callum not expecting to go then, but he's only 5/10 behind.
That's
Has
lights out,
anyone
away we
got the
go.
jump here?
Oh, we've got Dubsy
Are
about to make a double
truly
move.
horrendous.
he
Dubsy
goes.
now down the back straight with a double move
Friggy going to try and come back.
into the hairpin.
Oh, Friggy dives it.
Friggy dives down the inside. A switchback from the AlphaTauri of the Salmon. A little bit of contact in between all the drivers here, but they do get away clean. Meanwhile, if we move up here, Nakakraka now on the outside of Cthulhu. Nakakraka on these mediums, trying to make these mediums work on his final race before his deployment. Can Nakakraka get some good points here for Haas? Meanwhile, he does get through on Cthulhu, but he has a big wobble for Nakakraka, which may allow Jimmy Dwyer through here. But Zampa now 1.6 behind. We've already got drivers pitting.
Oh, that's going to be...
There's no way it's Inters.
No, it's literally just started. As we've got both Haas in, so they're going to double stack, so that'll be...
Yeah, Coda's gone Inters, and both Haas's may have gone Inters as well.
So this is either going to be the call of the century.
Both Haas's have gone Inters. There's no way it is still dry. Oh, as the Williams are coming together, Spearing Jewel and Cthulhu. Contact between both Williams there. As Dubsy watching this battle along, we're going to move back to the front again. Callum now on the inside in the penultimate corner. Can he get through? GB goes for the switchback. Haters brushes the rear of GB here. But the rain is coming down more significantly. But when will it be Inters? We just don't know. Zappa now 2.6 behind, has had some sort of big error. Or even a lap before then if you can predict it. Meanwhile, Spared Fungus now maybe can get through on Dobo. Is Dobo trying to defend here? Dobo will have the DRS.
GB up the inside
from
for the lead.
Zampa ahead. Down the inside.
Oh, Kevin!
There's multiple balls here. Haters on the rear of Callum as well. Getting very late on the brakes. As Dobo does defend from Zampa, we've got the Salmon making his way through on Scotland. Scotland round the outside trying to find.
As Callum back
yet
inside,
again
turn one.
Struggling.
Oh, he slid
Traction.
out in front of me.
So many
Oh,
battles
Haters
here.
up the inside of GB.
Hitters
Oh,
dives
he
up
does
the
it.
inside into P2. Lovely move from the Aston Martin. And what a debut this season it is for Hitters.
Oh, I'm not going to go up the inside, is he, in the hairpin?
Hitters
Oh,
going to
he is.
send on the inside of Callum.
Oh, no.
He loses the rear. He spun it.
Oh,
he spun
no.
it. Hitters has spun it. Unbelievable. Just got too heavy on the brakes. Lost the
lost a bit
rear.
of front wing there as well.
Yeah, there's contact there with someone. I think
Oh,
it's GB. GB's missing a front left end plate.
Oh, no.
Haters seems a lot more confident than us two here. And he's spun it. Oh, you f***ing idiot, Haters.
I'm not sure if Callum has damage here on his front wing. We can't really get a good camera angle of his front wing. As
Yep, Callum
I
is
believe
okay.
Spearing Jewel's off. It's really not giving us a camera angle. Oh, there's contact between Callum and GB. And Callum going to get through here into the lead.
As Zafra is now
Zampa's now
in the
back
DRS.
in the battle,
Oh,
has
God.
the DRS.
Oh, GB's going to go up the
Absolute
inside.
carnage here.
Oh, and with that
As
damage,
GB
he just can't
somehow
turn.
sends it through. Yeah,
Ooh.
I was surprised. Callum's skating it through.
Oh my
Absolutely
God, this is
drifted
chaos.
through. I need to stop leaving this battle because this battle is insane. That it's
Yeah,
now
it's not really
switching to
changing.
Inters. It's now at the crossover. Zampa goes into the rear of GB. GB really struggling for turn in with that wing damage plus the wet weather that's coming down. There's a yellow flag out, and I believe that may be for Haters again here, who's really struggling.
Yeah, he's lost his whole front wing now. So I think Haters race is unfortunately done. I mean, if the
we
leads
have a
don't
look at
come
the
in
gap-
now, then they are, but I think that's just going to be alright. I think the gap's just
Spared
big enough.
Fungus now all over the rear of Dynamic Duo. Doesn't want to go for the move because he wants the DRS down the next straight, but he's so much quicker.
Oh, Zampa rear ends GB! And he spins him! Oh no!
Are you f***ing serious?
We've missed that contact between Zampa and GB on the stream. Is anyone going to come in? They're still staying out.
This is. Well, this
Meanwhile,
could mean
Spared Fungus now.
Spared Fungus might be the leader.
And
That's
Zampa's
lets
letting
him back
GB
through.
through.
Thankfully, so
Yeah,
that's
knows.
Jamie
knows he's in
Dwyer.
the
Jamie
wrong with
Dwyer
that
is in
incident.
P5. Go on, so
Yeah, but still boxing and
Well.
has that time penalty now. I do believe Spared Fungus now is by far the net leader in the hairpin with the Ferrari driver.
oh, the yellow. Who's that? Oh, it's Pneumatic.
Pneumatic's retired, going into the pits.
Oh,
He's broke too late and he's missed his turn in, and Pneumatic into the pit wall. But
Dubsy
the
is
top
stopped.
5 have been gifted. Dubsy's off.
DRS enabled.
Dubsy's no traction. It's gone green now, and Dubsy unable to get through
A Spared Fungus.
into the pit lane.
He's gonna get the
Spared
lead.
Fungus now round the final corner. Is
That's
any driver
Quite
going to
possibly
be
the quickest VSC
out
I've ever seen.
quick enough? Dobo now finds himself in the lead. I believe Callum could have had wing damage or something.
did get
as
damage.
Spared Fungus now comfortably in the lead. Dynamic duo in
Yeah,
P2. Dobo P3, Callum P4, Zampa P5, GB down all the way to P7. And he's in a very
Dobo up the inside.
good
Gonna get this
way.
done. Be an ambitious one.
Jobo with the 4 laps fresher enters. May get on the inside here of the AlphaTauri of Dynamic Duo. It's going to be a drag race down
DRS
the
is
back
still enabled?
straight.
Eh?
Jobo is catching here at a rapid rate. Callum now on the outside of Dynamic Duo. Dynamic Duo really struggling on these older inters, it seems. These fresher inters just have a lot more pace. 30,000 half spins. As Dobo now absolutely
Gets past
sends
him,
it
there
down
you
the
go.
back straight. Gets into the lead. Dobo now in the lead. 14 laps remaining.
Maybe Dobo has actually got a wet setup. Maybe he sacrificed his quality knowing he in the race he would have the pace in the rain. Because he's
Meanwhile-
rapid right now.
We have a lovely switch back from Callum. Absolutely
Callum passing
sensational.
Callum. Zampa versus GB
Callum.
into the
Jobo
the S section.
defend. GB now round the outside of Zampa.
Oh.
Zampa, can he
Oh,
keep it
gets it.
through? GB on the
What a
inside.
move.
On no ABS. Meanwhile, Zampa goes deep, almost into the rear of GB yet again. And Zampa now going to lose a lot of time there. Goes very deep, trying to break in behind GB.
Oh my god, Zampa almost hit me again.
Meanwhile, GB now catching Spared Fungus. And Wedthrone may get through here into P9. Haters round the outside, trying to find the brakes. And goes very far off. Meanwhile, GB gets ahead of Spared Fungus. Oh, he's got a puncture. Fridgie's got a puncture on 9 laps enters. He may have had contact with the wall, I believe.
Well,
He's
if
got a
that not, if
puncture.
Inter's only got 9 laps, if that's the case, then well, we
No,
might see
I
some
believe
switches.
I believe it is because of the
Oh.
he had contact with the wall. Meanwhile, Zampa on the inside of Spared Fungus, contact with the Mercedes. Zampa going deep into the penultimate corner yet again. Really struggling here is Zampa, and here it is. Spared Fungus coming in. 4
On 8 lap
inters. I
outs, yeah.
wonder, is the tire wear really that high? Does Spared Fungus have damage? He doesn't. He's just going on fresh inters. The tire wear may be really that high here. Haters, if you're new here, haters used to be
GB's
known.
in. He
GB's
comes
in for the box.
He's going to try and get the undercut on these guys.
Yep. And if you're new here, haters used to be known as JDM haters, and I think he's just trying to do some
I think he's just showing off now.
drifting. Just doing some drifting. Really. Meanwhile, GB does pit on the inters, trying to undercut the
Oh, we got
drivers
a yellow.
behind.
That is haters. He spun.
It's haters, and there was someone else there. I believe Cthulhu was just coming through, but haters
Oh, haters is stuck. Oh no.
Haters reset the track. You're allowed to.
Oh, this could go to safety car if he's. if he doesn't.
Oh, he's got
There we
going.
go.
He's got going.
He's go.
He's got
Cool.
going. You're allowed to reset the track in the event you get beached.
Oh, Dynamic Duo has actually undercut GB. That's the
But GB gonna get through here. But we just don't know, or the rest of the drivers gonna pit.
Yeah, there they go.
Dobo and Callum do come in.
Hopefully no penalties for both
Can
of them.
GB pull off the undercut. Zampa's going to stay out here.
Zampa
Can
might just try
Zampa-
to go for this, to be honest. No,
I think he may go for it and may result in a puncture. We will see.
GB's just going to get these guys
Meanwhile-
by a margin, I believe. Which is going to be close.
GB coming out now, but Dobo exiting the pit lane. Who's going to get it here? GB exits a good margin ahead. Dobo exits in P3, 1.4 behind.
But now,
GB could
GB
have a
will be
net
on the back
P1 here.
foot at the end of the race, and these cars will be in the advantage, so this race is going to... I mean, this might allow Dobo to get within a second if he holds him up through this middle sector.
Yep, this may allow Dobo to get caught up here.
Oh,
because
he's
Dobo
so
could
much
maybe
slower.
He could maybe get Zampa on the back straight as well. This is really just holding up GB, who's trying to find a way through. This is helping Dobo massively here.
Oh.
As GB now almost has a bit of contact with Zampa. GB going to get into the lead here.
Just holding me up badly.
Still happy that we're on the right tyres at the
Let's
moment.
get through here. Whoa, Jesus, Zampa.
Dobo, if you're listening, you need to get Zampa here, otherwise he's just going to hold you up. And Dobo is doing just that now. Dobo going to get into P2. So the win
Please don't
now.
rear-end him.
Yeah, don't rear-end him. Yep. Zampa remembers how to brake. We love to see it. He's just got so much fresher enters here. And may get through on the back of Zampa. Round the outside he's going to go here. Spared Fungus picks up a time penalty. You can see how much he's struggling. JG in the chat says Zampa the Tire Whisperer, and currently seems to be the Tire Whisperer, just needs to stay out. GB has somehow responded saying, I only have one track limits in the chat,
How the
whilst also racing. Do not text and drive, GB, you maniac.
Oh, Callum versus... Oh!
Callum, oh no, he's off in the grass. I don't
Oh, that
know
was
how he saved it.
Close. Oof.
Callum so close to absolutely demolishing that. McLaren goes deep as well behind Dubo. He's so desperate for this P2. Callum now on the rear of Dubo. Is Callum going to send it into the hairpin? Callum does send it into McLaren. There's contact between Callum and Dubo. And Dubo loses out P3 with contact with the McLaren. And Dubo does not seem to be closing quickly enough to Callum. GB now has 2 more corners to do. And Dubo not close enough to Callum just yet here. But it is going to be GB who rounds the final corner and will win in China. It's his second consecutive win here in Tier 2 WHF. Followed by Callum, followed by Dubo on your podium. Zampa now, the Tire Whisperer, 15 laps on the inters. We've seen a driver get a puncture on lap 9 on the inters, but Zampa has stayed out and gets P4. A lovely result for the Red Bull driver.
And that was all she wrote. There were a couple of steward interventions as you saw during the race, but it does not affect the podium here today as GB Sanderson gets back-to-back wins to take the lead of the championship. Callum in second, Dobbo in third, completing the podium. Here's the rest of your top 10 with Zampa pulling an incredible final stint on the intermediates. His 5-second penalty does not affect his position. He stays in 4th, Ravage 5th. And you can see there, Jamie Dwyer, the only reserve in the top 10, finishing in P8. And then a look at the rest of the field, and you have Cthulhu just outside the top 10 with Naka Cracker, Coda and Scotland all finishing on the lead lap. Sparring Jewel and Friggy were a lap down at the end of proceedings, with SSR Haters and Newtomatic your only non-finishers. Now a look at your driver's standings, and GB takes a 10-point lead at the top of the standings with Dobbo in second. Callum, Ravage and Sped Fungus all hold positions after round 3, with Wed Throne replacing SSR Charisma inside of the top 10. And now a look at your constructors standings, and AlphaTauri extend their lead at the top of the table to 9 points now ahead of Ferrari and Mercedes, tied for second place, but Ferrari ahead on race wins. McLaren and Alpine swap, Red Bull jump all the way up to 6th, and right at the bottom, no change for Alfa Romeo and Williams. Tier 2 will return next week as it goes to Budapest for round 4 of the season. Make sure to catch all the action from this season live on twitch.tv/WeHaveFunF1 or subscribe to our YouTube channel for extended highlights.